Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Today we present you the least useful WWE superstars every year since 2010. In 2010, Michael Tarver. Appearing in Season 1 of the original NXT, Michael Tarver came to the WWE with a lot of hype. Bursting onto the indie scene 5 years earlier, Tarver showed a lot of promise, but was quickly cut from the competition as part of their first wave of eliminations, alongside Daniel Bryan. While Tarver was one of the few rookies to have a character, constantly refusing to perform menial tasks, there was very little else he brought to the table. As part of the Nexus invasion in June of that year, Tarver lost all semblance of a character, becoming just another big man on a roster full of them. Though WWE did try to push him as a monster, it was never going to work, with Tarver being written off of TV in October 2010 and being released from WWE the next year. 2011, Kevin Nash. It would have been easy to put a smaller star in this spot, but for just how bizarre his return was, the 2011 least useful superstar is Diesel himself, Kevin Nash. A bit-part player in the summer of Punk, Nash returned at SummerSlam, attacking the Chicago star who, after just defeating John Cena to become the undisputed WWE champion, was prime picks for Mr. Money in the Bank, Alberto Del Rio. Despite claiming that longtime friend Triple H had asked Nash to attack Punk, it was clear no one believed Big Daddy Cool, with the accepted truth being that Nash texted himself. Aside from that head-scratcher, Nash did have some matches in his return, though mostly in tag team matches where they could hide the 52-year-old's limitations. Competing at TLC against The Game, the match between the two wasn't too bad, though by no means great, as it was clear who was carrying whom. In 2012, Derek Bateman. Aside from being a part of the never-ending 5th season of the original NXT, NXT Redemption, Derek Bateman played a very small part on SmackDown. Mostly used as fodder in battle royals, Bateman would have a handful of singles matches, losing all of them on C shows like Main Event and even D shows like Saturday Morning Slam. After his final loss to Antonio Cesaro, who still had a first name, Bateman was let go from the company in May 2013, leaving the WWE with a whimper. Fortunately, that wouldn't be the end of Bateman's time with the company, as after joining Impact as Ethan Carter III, where he became a 2-time Impact World Champion, Bateman was welcomed back to the company, re-signing in 2018, where he has become one of NXT's biggest stars. In 2013, Evan Bourne. With his natural, likable personality and incredible athletic ability, Evan Bourne had the makings of a great babyface in WWE. Unfortunately, a motorcycle derailed the former tag team champion in March 2012, sidelining him for a year. Returning in March 2013, Bourne was barely used by the company, joining the newly revamped NXT brand against the company's newest signing, Sami Zayn. While Bourne would go on to defeat the former El Generico, it would be the last the fans would see of the High Flyer, as Bourne was released in 2014, never returning to WWE TV. Sure enough, Bourne would be making his presence felt on the indie scene mere weeks later, competing under his real name Matt Sydal, and despite an arrest in Japan in 2016, signed with Impact a year later, where he is a former X Division and Grand Champion. In 2014, JTG. We all know how the WWE Universe aren't afraid to make jokes about the product, and one of their longest-running jokes involved JTG. Signing with WWE in 2007 alongside Shad Gaspard, the team of Crime Time, the pair were a decent enough tag team, though never held championship gold before splitting in 2010. Without Gaspard by his side, JTG quickly became one of WWE's forgotten stars, and if Curt Hawkins is to be believed, would literally hide backstage, presumably to avoid an irate McMahon saying, "I thought we fired you years ago." Eventually, JTG was caught, appearing on Superstars after months off TV. By June 2014, JTG was finally let go of the company, with the man himself even tweeting he wishes he'd never picked up the phone that day. In 2015, Brad Maddox. Whether it was as a guest referee, An assistant to the Authority, or even as Raw general manager, Brad Maddox never really fit into any role. After being removed from his role as GM in 2014, Maddox was removed from TV, with the commentary teams and fans quickly forgetting he'd even been there. Resigned to live events, Maddox rarely won, with the company changing his name multiple times, which only showed just how forgettable his time on TV had been. Whether he competed as Maddox, Mr. Ruffles, or Joshua Kingsley, nothing worked for the man of 1,000 gimmicks. Perhaps that's why he used a British slur during a dark match, which certainly gained him headlines, as well as a swift firing from the company in November 2015. Returning to the indie scene under a new name, Mad Braddox, the former Raw GM continues to be forgotten about. In 2016, Damien Sandow. When Damien Sandow stepped out of The Miz's shadow at WrestleMania 31, fans were excited. As Mizdow, the intellectual savior of the masses had been one of WWE's most popular stars in 2014, imitating The Miz perfectly inside and outside of the ring. But after stepping out of the A-lister's shadow, fans quickly lost interest in Sandow, despite a gimmick change which saw Sandow parodying other wrestlers and pop culture stars instead of The Miz. 2016 was even worse for Sandow, who had now been completely forgotten by fans, a fact made worse when you remember he was once Mr. Money in the Bank. After leaving the company that year, Sandow rebooted himself as Aaron Rex in Impact Wrestling, but unlike superstars such as EC3 and Drew Galloway, somehow did even worse before his time with the company came to a merciful end in the spring of 2017. In 2017, Darren Young. It's ironic that Darren Young was considered Mr. No Days Off because he sure had plenty of days off in 2017. While some of his time away came from injuries, it was clear that the company had nothing for him even if he was there, and they weren't prepared to reteam him with former partner Titus O'Neil. Introducing a manager for Young was also out of the question, as the former tag team champion had only recently split from Bob Backlund, with the pair having awful chemistry together. With absolutely nothing going for Young and nothing planned for him, it wasn't a surprise that the WWE let him go in 2017. And although Young has recently hinted about a possible return to the company, he did mention that it would probably be in a non-wrestling ambassador role. In 2018, Tye Dillinger. No one thought that Tye Dillinger was going to be the next face of the company, but even the most cynical of fans must be shocked with how he's been treated. A popular novelty in NXT with his 10 chants, Dillinger was called to the main roster in 2017, though he struggled to get the same success he did in the developmental brand. In 2018, things got worse for Dillinger, starting the year off as, surprise surprise, number 10 in the Men's Royal Rumble match, but never even made it to the ring. A representation of what was to come, Dillinger missed most of 2018 due to injuries, and even though he received a US title match in September, once again came up short, this time by being attacked by Randy Orton. With controversial tweets resurfacing from Dillinger's past, as well as the Canadian himself even hinting at leaving the company, it seems only a matter of time before WWE part with the Perfect 10. In 2019, Heath Slater. We may only be a matter of weeks into 2019, but the cracks on the Raw roster are already starting to show. One half of the inaugural SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Slater has struggled ever since he moved to Raw in 2017, with his recent involvement in the Baron Corbin storyline being the biggest thing he's done in years. Now free from the control of the Constable, this could be even worse for Slater, who seemingly will be featured even less on the company's A-show now that the storyline has ended. All things considered, Slater has had a great run as a comedy wrestler, and it's clear the WWE still like him. If he is to survive this year's influx of releases, it would be great for Slater and his kids, though we aren't holding our breath. Well guys, that's our list. Can you think of any less useful guys out of those 10 years? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 16 recent WWE releases you've already forgotten. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. If you did indeed like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon to get notified every time we post new videos. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.